Well, there you have it. That's the attack helicopter down on the Dirty Unicorn modded server. Yeah, keep in mind that the helicopter in this one apparently fires rockets, fires more often and travels faster than a usual helicopter. Otherwise it seemed to have about the same amount of hit points as such. And what I ended up doing, and I'll explain a little bit of the process here. I initially started with just a central column tower here, where it was just this inner circle, so it was just one wide get up top and actually have a look. The composition here is that the tower itself, the column is made of sheet metal, and then the very top is all armoured. But I initially started with a tower that was just this hexagon in the middle, and then one layer on around the outside. But this wasn't enough, and the rockets were basically destroying it left, right and centre. I wasn't able to do it, so I expanded it out an extra row just to give enough health, or at least, you know, if I lost some of the outer armoured walls, I would then be able to utilise the inner walls to keep fighting. And then what I ended up seeing, and you'll see it in some of the clips earlier, is that my roof was getting destroyed, and that would seem to be the most common problem. And so I built the flanges on the top with the roof parts, and you see this in some people's builds, and they use this for little snipers' nests. But this also protects the roof from rockets, because this will destroy first before the roof itself. And that tended to be the strategy that I was going for, is by doing this solo, I need to basically over-engineer the situation so that I could defeat it. And one of the other clips that's also in there, as I was shooting things here, if I tried to run away around the outside, I tended to get shot, and it was too long a run to get to the other side before getting hit by the rockets. And so you end up having these little peek holes in the middle. So you just shoot it, it would either start shooting back so you could duck in here to heal, or if it was actually firing rockets, it was a quick run over to the other side, so that the rockets would have to penetrate through everything before it would actually get to you. And as the helicopter finished firing rockets, there was a few second gap where it didn't fire back, and so it was just free fire on my part to do some damage. And it was all top down, which was beautiful, so you're basically hitting the rotors. And that was the strategy that I ended up employing, and it seemed to work quite well. A few times I ended up getting quite low hit points, but that was probably me rushing things more than anything else. But we'll get down and have a look at the cost, because the burden on this is actually quite hefty. Because at 330 high quality every 24 hours, you know, it does add up, especially seeing as I'm playing solo. I'd only be able to achieve this because I'm actually on a times 5 modded server, and that's the reason why I'm able to keep that upkeep and actually doing quite well with it. That and the fact that during the fight I had 3 M2s, so I was able to just cycle through the M2s, although I still had to reload them a few times. Anyway, that was what I did. Next up, coming from here, we'll keep going with the Dirty Unicorn server because there's quite a lot of stuff. Something broke just recently, so a lot of the stuff on the map's not working at the moment. But I want to do a normal raidable base. Or if they've got a hard raidable base, I don't really know, but I want to do one of these raid events. These are just NPC raidable buildings that turn up. We actually look down on one right now. It's over that way. That is a raidable base that's just spawned in. It's a PvP because it's got the dome on it, but I have a ridiculous amount of explosive stuff because over this time I've just been collecting it all and not using it. Wrong side. We go this side. So yeah, 1500 odd explosive ammo and 36 C4 and 30 odd rockets. I haven't really been keeping any of the satchels, but I have a ridiculous amount of other stuff. So in here, 600 explosives, plenty of sulfur, plenty of gunpowder. Yeah, I can still make a hell of a lot more explosives, really. So I want to do one of those. I want to take down the Bradley at launch site, because that will spawn in the transport helicopter, which will bring a boss in, so we can basically do a Bradley and a boss at the same time. And so I want to do that. There will probably be other things, but those are the main ones that I want to achieve next. And then probably after that I'll look to start playing on an actual PvP server and see how I go. Although I probably need to restart on maybe even one of the pure PvE ones where I can start practicing my bow and crossbow play, because at the moment I'm just doing gunplay. Anyway, thanks for listening in. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and catch you in the next one. See you later.